Live at CollectCo for tonight's live record sale. But also to put that into perspective, one more golf thing. Pine Creek is $65. That's the closest golf course from here. Just to calculate that math for you. Anybody on yet? Let me know when you are. We're going to be selling you some records. Sorry for, I said about 11:05. It's 11:08, so just a few minutes late technically. We're going to go back through some new vinyl tonight. Like we always do, I'll definitely let everybody get on first. Let me start restacking crates. Combining stuff. Sold a lot of new vinyl tonight. Thursdays, we usually have a lot of the new stuff or new restocks. Stuff we hadn't had in a long time. Plus, I spent quite a bit of time ordering some stuff this week that I knew we were out of stock of. And that was the bulk of new vinyl for earlier in this week. We had tons of Pink Floyd, tons of, what else was that? All kinds of stuff. We've definitely auctioned off some high-end records. Now I'm down to mostly obscure stuff. But we're going to empty a lot of crates right here because we are condensing and condensing and condensing. There is those. Do I have enough space in here? Probably not. So we'll wait on that crate. Is this one empty? High-end bin? Nope. That was the first crate I showed tonight, though. There's another Pink Floyd Uma Guma. Feel like those are everywhere around here now. Here is the other check condition stuff that was left over. Let me put those over here. I dropped Rick Wakeman, but he's okay. Boy, Rick Wakeman sold a lot of albums. I don't think we talk about that enough. He is a very popular guy. We'll start a condensed crate right here. Rick Wakeman sold a lot of records. There's all the check condition stuff. Let me pull my phone chat up. Craig don't get on for part 2 sometimes. Craig, I don't know if Craig's here or not, but sometimes he don't get on for part 2s. He calls it a night. He's done his service. He's like, y'all have at it. I'm going to bed. He retires. There's the other new vinyl. We might can fit these in here. Let's give it a shot. Should be able to. Alrighty. I'm going to go ahead. Well, that's pretty full. Maybe we'll sell a few things out of there and thin it out a little bit. That's most of new arrivals. Well, there's more over here. We did go through a lot of vinyl tonight. There's a couple more empty crates. Not only did we go through a lot, we sold a lot. All right, before I do any more condensing, let's go ahead and go through this crate. New vinyl recap from tonight. We have Hank Williams III. We're actually going to call this one Rebel Proud. That is a blue 2 vinyl LP, new pressing, possibly first time on vinyl. If not, it's hadn't been repressed in a long time. I did have a pre-order for this. If you're not for sure if you're on it, let me know. But those are $42.99. I got 2 copies in. Motorhead Inferno. Been a long time since this has been pressed on vinyl, if ever. Orange vinyl, Motorhead, Inferno, that is $44.99. Motorhead has a lot of vinyl. There's the Hank 3 again. James Bragg first on Motorhead. Thank you, James Bragg. First sell part 2. We have the 8 Mile soundtrack. Very popular movie. Story about the life of Eminem, which I think his name is Marshall Mathers. This is $119.99. This is a 4 LP box, 20th anniversary edition. Hadn't seen that in a while. Those are $119.99. That's 8 Mile. 8 Mile. New Neil Young release. Still got 3 of them. I think I'm going to keep one myself. This is Somewhere Under the Rainbow. All these live Neil Youngs are, of course, always killer. $49.99. Neil Young live with the Santa Monica Flyers. That's a live show from 1973. 14 tracks, 2 LP. That's $49.99. New Neil Young. And new Bill Withers. The new Bill Withers is on yellow vinyl. Classic concert here, Carnegie Hall. Very good sounding, very intimate with Bill Withers. That is $44.99. One copy left of Testament, Low. We sold one or two earlier. Here's another one, Music on Vinyl, $49.99 for Testament, Low. And Stormtroopers of Death. We've sold a lot of these lately. Speak English or Die. That's a 2LP Anniversary Edition Expanded, $31.99. AC/DC Iron Man 2 foil cover, pretty much an AC/DC compilation. Really cool there, $59.99 for Iron Man 2. Kiss Monster. I think this is where we were ending part 1 earlier. Kiss Monster is $38.99. We have 2 of those available. We have This Is Flying Dutchman. That's a record label. This is a compilation of some of their artists from 69 to 75. Gil Scott-Heron, Lonnie Liston Smith, Harold Alexander. That is $36.99. Government Mule, Deja Voodoo. That's on colored vinyl. Deja Voodoo by Government Mule, $46.99. I think that's red translucent, someone said. The Guardians of the Galaxy soundtrack is $36.99. That is Volume 2. Is Thunderstruck still available? Yes, you're asking about AC/DC's The Razor's Edge. It is still available. If you want one, let me know. They're $31.99. Thelonious Monk, Genius of Modern Music. That is $36.99. I've got 3 copies of the Oh Brother, Where Art Thou soundtrack. Oh Brother, Where Art Thou soundtrack is $44.99. 3 of those left. The Concert for George Harrison, killer. Love it. $149.99. Talking Heads, More Songs About Buildings and Food is $31.99. System of a Down, Hypnotize is $28.99. We have essentially Madonna's Greatest Hits, which is $44.99, the Immaculate Collection. Peter Tosh, Legalize It, is $28.99. James Bragg wants one of the 8 Mile soundtracks. That's sold to James Bragg. Audioslave pre-orders. I don't think that's released yet. I don't think that's out until like next month. Leonard Skinner, Street Survivors, $34.99 for Leonard Skinner Street Survivors. And Scotty Hypes wants Monster. That's Kiss Monster. Thank you, Scotty Hypes. That's sold to Scotty. So that was a recap of some new vinyl from earlier tonight. One more time, let me get the camera good and centered. We have Leonard Skinner, Peter Tosh, Madonna, System of a Down, Talking Heads, George Harrison Concert, Oh Brother, Where Art Thou, Monk, Guardians of the Galaxy, Deja Voodoo, Flying Dutchman, Kiss, AC/DC, Stormtroopers of Death, Testament, Bill Withers, Neil Young, 8 Mile, 3 left, and Hank the Third, 2 left. I reset my feed and maybe it was in the first part. That was from yesterday. You was probably watching yesterday's feed. Those are still available. They're $31.99 if you want one, Stephanie. That was a big packed bin of new vinyl recaps. Let me set that down. Here's another short crate. Let me see what's left in here. Let me go through some of these right quick. We have, starting from the back, we have Billy Strings Renewal, $39.99. The Alice in Chains Redo. This is a reimagined, kind of covered version of Alice in Chains. Dirt, $36.99. U2 Boy, $34.99. Billy Strings, Me and Dad, that's on limited edition, indie exclusive, clear smoke vinyl. I got to check the price on that. If anybody's interested, let me know. I'll do a price check on that. Chris Stapleton from Room A Volume 2 is $33.99. Bob Marley and the Wailers Burning is $36.99. And Motley Crue Crucial Crew is $179.99. $179.99. If anybody needs anything in there, let me know. If you haven't already, please go ahead and share part 2. I don't think I ask you enough sometimes to share part 2. Just as important about sharing part 1. There may be new people on late at night that didn't get to catch that. Let me condense that stuff I just showed, and this is the last crate of new vinyl recaps before I go get some half-off stuff. Last crate of new vinyl recaps. I have emptied several bins. Seth likes the green bins. Okay, so one more quick recap. We have AC/DC High Voltage, $31.99. That's a reissue of their first album. Sturgill Simpson, Cutting Grass, Volume 1 is $31.99. Black Sabbath Paranoid, that is the 2012 remaster, $29.99. AC/DC Blow Up Your Video is $31.99. Pantera, Far Beyond Driven, $34.99 for Pantera, Far Beyond Driven. Dave Matthews Band, Come Tomorrow, $36.99. Stephanie Harder on High Voltage, not late at night, but early in the morning, It is for you watching over in, what did you say, the Netherlands? You watching in the Netherlands? Screaming Trees, music on vinyl, $44.99. Craig Johnson, first on Black Sabbath Paranoid. That's sold to Craig Johnson. James Bragg on Dave Matthews Band. That's sold to James Bragg. XTC Drums and Wires, $33.99 for XTC Drums and Wires. Foo Fighters Greatest Hits, that is $44.99. Foo Fighters Greatest Hits. Blackberry Smoke, Like an Arrow, featuring Greg Allman. Featuring Greg Allman on that, $36.99. Pink Floyd The Wall. Pink Floyd The Wall is $49.99. Steve Miller Band's Greatest Hits is $36.99. Genesis Duke is $28.99. Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap, also by AC/DC, $31.99. Pink Floyd Wish You Were Here is $38.99. Primus Suck on This, and that is a cobalt blue vinyl pressing, $28.99. Luke Combs Growing Up, $39.99. We need to make sure David Tate has one of those. I don't know if everything's keyed in, but if David Tate don't have that one, he wants one of each, and I don't think he has that one. And there's the Billy Strings from the last bin. So that was a condensed crate, and that is most of this week's new vinyl. James Bragg, or tonight's new vinyl at least, James Bragg wants Primus. Now, let me go pull some half-off stuff. Let me recondense those two. I'm going to go through some vintage that was from tonight. Let me do that right now. I'm going to go through the check condition bin. I'm going to allow first couple crates, tonight's recap of maybe some buy it now best offer. So let me do some condensing here. So all those new vinyl crates fit into two. That's amazing. We've definitely sold some vintage tonight. Here's our first crate. Let me see what else I can put in here with it because it's just half. Let me put the rest of this stuff over here in it too. So I'll just do a quick vintage recap before I get into the quote on sale stuff. But anything in here, they're new arrivals, so don't expect half off or 40% off or anything. But if you tune in for part 2, I kind of reward you, cut some deals with you. Wow. 2, 4, 6, 8 empty crates. We've sold a lot of vinyl tonight. Let's go through these one more time here, plus all the pre-orders. Dobie Gray, Loving Arms with hop sticker, including Good Old Song, VG Plus $14.99. So quick recap of some vintage we showed tonight. Then I'll do some half off. Emmylou Harris, Elite Hotel. This is a VG Plus. Emmylou Harris is a VG Plus, $9.99. Steppenwolf for ladies only, VG Plus $14.99 for Steppenwolf for ladies only, VG Plus $14.99. Creedence Clearwater Revival Pendulum, that's an EX copy. We also have a waiting list. Somebody wanted me to pull one of these last week, and I never could find it. So if no one buys this tonight, I have a sticky note with somebody's name on it that wants a copy of that. John Porter wants Emmylou Harris. They originally removed the flames, and after the plane crash, they changed it back on Street Survivors. Steve, you missed the night I initially showed that. I told the story. That freaks a lot of people out because we had a guy come in the store one day, and he was for certain that he was in the Twilight Zone when he saw this. But what happened, of course, they released it with the flames. They recalled it. And the new reissues, they're pressing them with the flame covers again. So back in 77, 78, when that went down, yes, they recalled it, and they airbrushed the cover, and they put a black background. Since then, the MoFi pressing, all of the pressings that's come out since then have been with the flames cover. So yes, all of the pressings they've pressed since then, all the new reissues, the MoFi pressing, all those, they're all with the flames cover. I know that freaks a lot of people out. They're like, what in the world? James Bragg gets CCR. John Porter, he just claimed that. That's sold to James Bragg. It was $32.99. Sonny Terry and Brownie McGee, kind of surprisingly still available. VG Plus $19.99. Not airbrush, alternate photo. That's correct. No airbrushing, just an alternate photo. Rick Wakeman, Six Wives of Henry VIII, VG Plus $14.99. Six Wives of Henry VIII, VG Plus $14.99. Boz Scaggs Hits, this is in shrink wrap, the vinyls VG Plus. All the great Boz Scaggs songs are on here, VG Plus $14.99. The Eyes of Beacon Street Union is VG Plus $14.99, just like Blind Faith. They had the nude cover, and I don't think it was technically recalled, but you know, they pressed it with a different cover. Well, now all the new pressings have the nude cover still. Grateful Dead is a VG copy, $49.99, 1967 mono, Santa Maria press. Original gold label. The vinyl is VG, but I know how these old Warner Brothers records, sometimes they don't sound too bad even being VG. Mono copy, $49.99. John Ambrosic on BS, that's Boz Scaggs. Sell that to John Ambrosic. The Section is VG Plus, $17.99. More Orphan Than Not, and that's got the press kit with it. It's got some promo pictures and some stickers. VG Plus, $14.99. Nas, that's Nas self-titled. Original SGC label, EX, $34.99. Janis Joplin Pearl, VG Plus, $24.99. Move Over. Me and Bobby McGee, Mercedes-Benz. Great stuff on that album. Janis Joplin, VG Plus, $24.99. Van Morrison, Beautiful Vision. In shrink wrap, one we don't see as often. EX, almost near mint minus, $32.99. Ultravox, Rage in Eden. Ultravox is a VG Plus, $14.99. Rage in Eden. Elvis Costello, Taking Liberties. VG copy, $12.99. And David Byrne, The Catherine Wheel. That's a VG Plus, $24.99. David Byrne, Catherine Wheel. Songs from the Broadway production. Neil Young and Crazy Horse, Rust Never Sleeps. VG Plus, $24.99. Another Elvis Costello. That is Armed Forces. That's a VG copy, $12.99. I'll keep those back here together. Another Elvis Costello, Imperial Bedroom. That's a VG copy, $12.99. If anybody wanted all three of those, they're all VGs. I'll do 10, 10, and 10 if you're buying all three of them. That's $30 for the three. Jethro Tull, Living in the Past. That's an EX copy, $32.99. Russell S. wants the Rust Never Sleeps by Neil Young. That's sold to Russell S. Fleetwood Mac is $99.99. This is an EX copy. EX copy for 32, or excuse me, I don't know where I'm coming up with 32. $99.99. EX copy, $99.99. Fleetwood Mac, that is their self-titled album, The Blues Fleetwood Mac. Not a bad looking press, $99.99. Metallica just dropped on iTunes. There you go. You can listen to the whole album now. John Ambrosic wants Armed Forces by Elvis Costello, and Steve Henry wants the Janis Joplin. Those are both sold. After the Gold Rush, Neil Young. This is a VG copy, $14.99. $14.99. And Eric Clapton, There's One in Every Crowd. That's an EX copy, $32.99. Yeah, I'm sure you would take that for $32. I don't know where I came up with that. What were the other two Elvis? The other two Elvis Costello is Imperial Bedroom and Taking Liberties. We have Eric Clapton Backless. This is a VG Plus, $24.99. Eric Clapton Backless, VG Plus, $24.99. Duke Ellington, Indigos, Columbia label. That's an original 6i, Columbia. EX copy on that, $34.99. Bob Dylan, Street Legal, VG, $14.99. And Flip Flop and Fly, Doug Kershaw. Now we're getting into the near mint stuff that was left over from a crate earlier tonight. Doug Kershaw, $19.99. Time Further Out, the Dave Brubeck Quartet. That is sealed, $29.99, sealed. Elvis, You'll Never Walk Alone, $9.99. Allman Brothers at the Fillmore East. This is a red Polydor 2LP, $34.99. Classic live album, a game changer. Benny Wallace, Twilight Time. Benny Wallace is $19.99. That's on Blue Note, featuring solos by Dr. John Schofield, and, oh my gosh, Stevie Ray Vaughan. Bet y'all didn't know he was on here. I didn't either till I just read that. He's on, looks like he's on a couple different songs. $19.99, Benny Wallace. John Fogerty, Center Field, $19.99. The Beatles, featuring Tony Sheridan, In the Beginning, circa around 1960. That is $24.99. Ian Dury. Ian Dury is $9.99. I believe that's like a 12-inch single. Reasons to Be Cheerful Part 3. And Common as Muck. That is $9.99. The Rolling Stones, Miss You. And the Rolling Stones, Sucking in the 70s. No, that's the album it was on. If I Was a Dancer and Dance. And that's a promo 12-inch, $39.99. Exile, $9.99. Roxy Music Manifesto, $19.99 for Roxy Music Manifesto. 3 Ragas, Ravi Shankar, $19.99. Paul McCartney, London Town, that's in shrink wrap with poster, $24.99. And Yardbirds Pretty Girl, 1980, $24.99. How much was the Brubeck? It was sealed, $29.99. Sealed, $29.99. Jim Nielsen wants Fogarty. Fogarty was right in here. John Fogarty, that's sold to Jim Nielsen. Condition of manifesto. We've got to the point of the crate, which everything is near mint. Very clean copy. Original company inner sleeve, $19.99 on that, Russell. What was the price on Benny? Michael Nath heard Stevie Ray Vaughan, and he's interested. The Stevie Ray Vaughan, on the which is a Benny Wallace album, Twilight Time, that is $19.99. $19.99. So, okay. Jim Nielsen got Fogarty, Condition of Manifesto, Wings and Allman Brothers bundle for James Bragg. There's Wings, and the Allman Brothers was right here. We'll do, let's see, that is 50, 60. Yeah, 50, 60. I'll do $52. $52 on those two, James Bragg. That's London Town in shrink wrap with poster and red polydor on that. 52 James Bragg. He said sold. That's sold to James Bragg. That was $4 off each one. Next comment was Michael Nath. I've already took care of that. Sorry, what album was it? That was Benny Wallace, but it looks like it's going to be sold. How much on Duke? Duke Ellington was $34.99. That's Duke Ellington Indigos, EX copy, $34.99. Susie Breedlove wants the Yardbirds that we were talking about earlier. Let me find that and pull that for Susie. That's sold to Susie. Steve Henry, I've already sold the Allman Brothers. Sorry. Russell S. said he will take the Manifesto. Did I already lay that out? Yeah, I did. No, I didn't. Russell S. got Manifesto. So Susie on Yardbirds, Russell S. on Manifesto. Michael Nath asked about the Benny Williams, and he shall get it. We've already tagged the two for James Bragg and Doc Smith. I just pulled Benny Williams for you, and Doc Smith said sold on the Duke Ellington. Okay, now we're back to where we were. Ravi Shankar, another 3 Ragas. That's on the World Pacific label. That is $24.99. John Lennon Mind Games is $24.99. What Brubeck album was it? Oh, I thought I already answered that. That is Time Further Out. It's a sealed copy. Time Further Out. Dave Brubeck, Time Further Out, sealed, $29.99. The Fire Sign Theater, $14.99. Firefall Luna Sea, $9.99. The Fire Sign Theater again. This has a poster with it, $14.99. Jesus Christ Superstar with the pamphlet, $24.99 for Jesus Christ Superstar. Heads, Hands, and Feet, $29.99. Steve Morse Band, The Introduction, $14.99. Blood, Sweat, and Tears, Child is Father to the Man, Blood, Sweat, and Tears 3. Roy Buchanan, You're Not Alone, and Guilty. Jimmy Witherspoon and Eric Burden. Surprised no one got that earlier. Jimmy Witherspoon and Eric Burden, $34.99. Guilty. Kind of an odd-looking cover there. All right, I'm just going to read through those one more time. I'm glad I went through those a second time. I can tell we had some people on that wasn't on during part 2, and we've learned a few things about some stuff in here that we didn't notice during part 2, like the Benny Williams and something else. Taking Liberties have I Don't Want to Go to Chelsea. Taking Liberties. Let's see. I Don't Want to Go to Chelsea. Yes, it does. John, you'd be better off buying that one and getting all 3 for $30 at this point, because you've already bought one for $12.99. There's another one for $12.99, or you can buy all 3 for $30. Steve Henry wants Steve Miller Band. That was from the last crate of new vinyl I went through, I think. Are you wanting a Steve Miller Band's Greatest Hits? Because that was not in that bin. I think he's wanting one of these right here. Steve Miller Band's Greatest Hits. Make sure he wasn't on a waiting list for that. No, that was Jason Dobb. All right, John Ambrosic wants all 3. So, Tanner, we've already tagged 1 for sticker, but if you want to adjust that one for 10 and these other 2 for 10 and 10, John Ambrosic gets all 3. It was the other Elvis Costello. Tanner's got you taken care of. So, here's what's left in this bin. I'm about to go get a bin of half-off stuff. I don't know if I'll go back through any more vintage tonight. Everything that's left is just a half of a crate. not counting this one. So, yeah, we're gonna sell an entire Steve Morse band, not Steve Miller band, not the one right there. Not that. This is what he wants. SMB always means Steve Miller band, so that's why I got confused. He wanted Steve Morse band. Steve, I got you taken care of. If anybody does want Steve Miller band, that's an awesome compilation. New and sealed for $36.99. Okay, so Dobie Gray, Steppenwolf, Sonny Terry and Brownie McGee, Rick Wakeman, The Eyes of Beacon Street Union, Grateful Dead still available. The Section, More Orphan Than Not, Naz, Van Morrison, Ultravox, David Byrne, Jethro Tull, Fleetwood Mac, Neil Young, Eric Clapton, Bob Dylan, Doug Kershaw, Dave Brubeck, Elvis, The Beatles, Ian Dury, The Stones, Exile, Ravi Shankar, John Lennon, Firesign Theater, Firefall, Firesign Theater, Jesus Christ Superstar, Heads, Hands, and Feet, Blood, Sweat, and Tears, Roy Buchanan, and Guilty. Mike Kennedy says he'll take the sealed Brubeck. I've had one of those before, and I think somebody opened it, and it was an original 6-eye. Metallica's live on Jimmy Kimmel. Yeah, they was doing they've been doing a 5-night, I think they're doing a 5-night stand, so tomorrow is their last night. They've been playing all live tracks from their new album coming out tomorrow. I guess because it's East Coast time, it's live for streaming right now. $39.99. Okay, give me 30 seconds while I go fill up a crate of half off vintage LPs. Let me go do that in the back. I've got a whole section I've been working on. Let me go do that. I'm heading there now. All righty. Ever heard of the Dixie Dregs? I have. He was the guitarist, because that's what the hype sticker said on the one we had earlier tonight. Half off records. This begins our half off program, which means I'm going to show you a record. I'm going to tell you what it is, and I'm going to tell you the half off price. They're all first come, first serve. Dan Fogelberg, Captured Angel, $5. $5 for Dan Fogelberg, Captured Angel. Yes, Drama, just $10. That looks like a nice copy too. Yes, Drama, $10 for Yes. Eurythmics, We Two Are One. That is $12.50 with hype sticker on the Eurythmics. Steve Miller Band, Your Saving Grace, $10. $10. Rod Stewart, that is self-titled, sealed, $15. War, Deliver the Word, $15 on War, Deliver the Word. The Comatones, extended play, $45. The Comatones, $7.50. James Bragg, first on Yes. Jeff McMaster, first on the Eurythmics. Craig, second on Yes. Mike, third on Drama. Steve Henry, first on Dan Fogelberg. John Porter, first on Steve Miller Band. John Porter, first on Rod Stewart. Michael Nath, second on Rod Stewart. So we still have War, Deliver the Word. That was $15. And the Comatones is $7.50. Those are still available. The 5 Royals Vintage Vault Collector Series, 17 hits, $10. That's on the King label. Richard Evans appears to be self-titled, $12.50. Richard Evans. Dr. Feelgood, Be Seeing You. Dr. Feelgood, $10. Neil Schon and Jan Hammer, Untold Passion, $10 on that one. Soundtracks, Tony Banks. That is $7.50. Larry Gatlin, Greatest Hits, $5 on Larry Gatlin's Greatest Hits. Charles Jankel, Questionnaire in shrink wrap, $7.50. Stars on Long Play, $5 for Stars on Long Play. Charlie McLean, The Woman and Me, $5. Rupert Holmes, Adventures in shrink wrap. A Rupert Holmes hype sticker. Excellent. $5 on Rupert Holmes. Make sure my feed's working. No claims after all those. Is everybody awake out there? Zeta Reticuli. I know what this is. That's a foreign planet that they say aliens come from. Zeta Reticuli. That is $10. Elliot, Walter, and Bennett. That's that guy who worked at Area 51 who said there's spacecraft at Area 51. That's evidently where they came from. Zeta Reticuli. Dirty Dingus Maggie. Music by Jeff Alexander from the motion picture Dirty Dingus Maggie. $10. Niles Lofgren. $10. Self-titled. Niles Lofgren, Night After Night. $10. Dean Martin, Once in a While. Dean Martin is $5. Scotty Hypes wants to Neil Sean. Yeah, that's one I'm surprised it didn't get claimed. Neil Sean. Jeff McMaster on Niles Lofgren. Let me know if you want self-titled, Night After Night, or both of them. Jefferson Starship Spitfire. $10 on Jefferson Starship. Journey to Bliss, Emil Richards and the Microtonal Blues Band. $15. That's on the ABC Impulse. $15 after the 50% off. Jeff McMaster wants self-titled on Niles Lofgren. Santana, Inner Secrets. $10. James Bragg on Jefferson Starship. That's sold to James Bragg. Exuma, Do Wanani. Exuma, that is $15. Couple odd records in there. Hubert Laws, In the Beginning. Hubert Laws is from 1974 on the CTI label. Just $10. That's a 2LP. John Ambrosic on Santana, Inner Secrets. That's sold to John Ambrosic. Flight of the Red Man, or Plight of the Red Man. XIT. That's on the Rare Earth label. $15 after the half off. Emerson, the Christmas album. Keith Emerson's Christmas album. UK pressing, $12.50. Mike Kennedy wants the Hubert Laws. That's sold to Mike Kennedy. Marches of the Israel Defense Forces. That is $5 after the half off. Michael Nath on Plot and Jeff McMaster on Keith Emerson Christmas album. Brenda and the Dudes. This one's called Weekend Special, $15. Gold stamp promo. Austin Cokel, you were second on Keith Emerson. Great Rhythm and Blues Oldies Comp, volume number 13. Johnny Otis. That's now just $10. Johnny Otis. Tom Robinson Band 2. Tom Robinson Band, $10 for Tom Robinson Band. Jefferson Starship Earth, $10 on Jefferson Starship. And Jerry Jeff Riding High. Jerry Jeff is $10 for Jerry Jeff Riding High. Willow the Wisp, Leon Russell, $10 on Leon Russell. Pete Seeger, Circles and Seasons. Pete Seeger is $5. James Bragg on Jefferson Starship. That's sold to James Bragg. Gordon Lightfoot, Summertime Dream. Summertime Dream is $10 for Gordon Lightfoot. Larry Gatlin, The Pilgrim. Larry Gatlin is $5. Cranberry Sauce, we have already sold Hubert Laws. Robert Goulet, Manhattan Tower with Gordon Jenkins, $7.50. Robert Goulet, $7.50. The Best of Chad and Jeremy, $5. This is the Kate Brothers. Kate Brothers is $7.50. World Star Festival. Ray Conniff Singers, Frank Sinatra, Dion Campbell, Ray Charles, Glenn Campbell, Julie Andrews, Vicky Carr. That is $10. Stephanie on JL. JL was Gordon Lightfoot to Stephanie Harder. Hang On to Your Love, 12-inch version. That's a 12-inch single from Sade. Sade is $10. Jeff McMaster on LR. Leon Russell? That's the last LR I see. Sell that to Jeff if that's not, or Jeff, let me know if that's not right. Michael Nath on Sade. Susie was second. Norman Blake Directions. That is $10. Victoria, that's a self-titled album. $5 on Victoria. Mr. Words and Mr. Music. Bob Wills and Tommy Duncan. $7.50. Danny O'Keefe, The Global Blues. $5. Cranberry Sauce on Norman Blake. You got that one. That's sold to Cranberry Sauce. Ronnie McDowell, Good Time Loving Man. Ronnie McDowell is $7.50. D-Day with Hop Sticker, $5 for D-Day. T-Set, My Ball of Me, or My Bell of Me, $10 for T-Set. Bob Hope in Hollywood with Shirley Ross, Bing Crosby, Peggy Lee. Bob Hope is $5. This is Tom Jones, $5 for Tom Jones. Amazing Grace, The Best of Judy Collins, $5 for Judy Collins. Merry Christmas with Bobby V. That's a VG Plus, $5 for Bobby V. Bobby V is a VG Plus. Sonya is $5 after the Gold Stamp promo. And Skywalk, Silent Witness. Skywalk is $5. John Miller on Ronnie. That is going to be Ronnie McDowell. That's sold to John Miller. Janice Siegel at home. Janice Siegel, $5. Jeff McMaster wants the Bob Hope. That's sold to Jeff McMaster. Ben Serran on the cool side, $5 for Ben. We have Razzie Bailey, If Love Had a Face. Razzie Bailey is $5. Petula Clark, $5. The world's greatest singer, it says. Western Swing, historic recordings by Bob Wills, Bill Boyd, etc., $7.50. Return to Forever, featuring Chick Corea, No Mystery, $10 for Return to Forever with Chick Corea, $10 on that. Cranberry Sauce wants to Ben Serran. That's sold to Cranberry Sauce. And Chick Corea Sundance. Chick Corea Sundance, $10. Hubert Laws, Jack DeJohnette, Dave Holland, Woody Shaw, Horace Arnold. Let's see. Oldies groups again. Was that a comp in here? Oldies groups. I don't. No, that's a single artist. That's Johnny Otis. Those are all Johnny Otis. I'm going to read through the titles one more time. Cranberry Sauce wants the Return to Forever and the Sundance. If you're just hopping on, we recapped a bin of new vinyl. We recapped some vintage from tonight. And we have our first half off bin. I'm just going to read through the titles. Speak now because I'm about to go empty this out and get another one. And try to run through that. Probably one more before we sign off tonight. Maybe two. We might go back through some new vinyl last thing. I think there was one more bin of new vinyl that I didn't go through. Maybe that I started the show with. That's how we ended last night. So, War, Deliver the Word. If you know the price and you want to make an offer on anything, go right ahead. The Comatones, Extended Play 45s. The Five Royales. Richard Evans. Dr. Feelgood. Tony Banks soundtracks. Larry Gatlin's Greatest Hits. Charles Jankel. Stars on Long Play. Charlie McLean. Hubert Loans, Zeta Reticuli, Dirty Dingus Maggie soundtrack, Niles Lofgren, Night After Night, Dean Martin, that is Emil Richards, Journey to Bliss, Exuma, Marches of the Israel Defense Forces, Brenda and the Big Dudes, Johnny Otis, Tom Robinson Band, Jerry Jeff, Pete Seeger, Larry Gatlin, The Pilgrim, Robert Goulet, Chad and Jeremy, The Kate Brothers, World Star Festival, Victoria, Bob Wills, Danny O'Keefe, D-Day, T-Set, Tom Jones, Judy Collins, Sonya, Bobby V, Skywalk, Janice Siegel, Razzie Bailey, Petula Clark, Western Swing. Final call on any of those. Before I take off to the back, I'm going to make sure no stray comments come in. Scott Snee said 5 on Tony Banks. Let's go ahead and pull that for Scott Snee. Where are you, Tony Banks? It was right in here. Sell that to Scott Snee for $5. John Miller wants Charlie. That was one of the first ones, I think. Let me go here and work my way back. Yep, sell that to John Miller at half off. And going once, going twice. I actually will keep this up here. I'll keep this handy just in case something pops up. I don't want to go ahead and mix them in with other stuff. I'll go get another crate like that right quick one more time and see what I can find. I can go fill up another one of those very easily. Very easily. Most of the stuff is 1 year old in inventory, and that's why we do this, or it's about to be 1 year old, close enough. All right. The last crate. Let me see if I can find that. Exile. There it is. Sell this to John Miller for $7. Sell that to John Miller for $7. Okay, another half off bin. Let's see what she holds. Oregon, Distant Hills. Oregon, Distant Hills. That is $7.50. Howard Honey Barbera Wavegrass, orange splattered vinyl, sealed, $10. Steve Goodman, Santa Ana Winds. Steve Goodman, $5. Melanie, $7.50. Cranberry Sauce wants Oregon. Fun, Have Fun, $10. It's a full album. Jeff McMaster on Steve Goodman. Torch, Carly Simon, $5. Dave Mason, Split Coconut, $5. Willie Nelson and Roger Miller, Old Friends. That's an EX copy, $6.50. Great Memories at the Grand Ole Opry. That is $10. Great Memories at the Grand Ole Opry. Pressure, produced by Ronnie Laws. Pressure is $10. Robert Laws. Produced by Robert Laws. Charlie McLean, Women Get Lonely, $5 on Charlie. Yvonne Elliman, Night Flight, $5 on that. John Porter wants the Willie and the Opera, or the Opry. Those are both sold to John Porter, Willie and Opry. The Rascals, C. This has the insert with it, $10 on the Rascals. David Gates, Falling in Love Again. That's a sealed copy, $10. David Gates was the lead singer for Bread. Andreas Vollenweider, White Winds, $5 for Andreas Vollenweider. Toronto, Get It on Credit. Toronto is $7.50. Oh, this thing don't want to come out. $7.50. Linda Ronstadt, Living in the USA. $5 for Linda Ronstadt, Living in the USA. Walt Cruz wants Fun. That was right back here. That's sold to Walt Cruz. John Porter on Linda Ronstadt. Jeff McMaster was second. All in the Family is $10. All in the Family is $10. Ray D. Areno, Are You On Something? That is $7.50. Bo Donaldson and the Haywoods, $5. Closer to it, Brian Augers, Oblivion Express, $10. The Garland Touch, that is Judy Garland, $5. Paul Cantor, Grace Slick, and David Freeberg, that is essentially some members of Jefferson Airplane, Starship, $10. Walking on Thin Ice for John, that's a Yoko Ono, $10. Keith Murray, Candy Bar, $7.50. Lady Sovereign, Love Me or Hate Me, that is $7.50. Thank Heaven, Little Girls, $10. Tom Robinson, North by Northwest, $12.50. This is Santana Festival, $10 for Santana. Ricky Skaggs is $10. And The Fifth Dimension, Loves, Lines, Angles, and Rhymes, $7.50. Susie wants on the wait list for the Bob Seger Greatest Hits. What does All in the Family have on it? All in the Family has Those Were the Days theme, Why God Made Hands, Sweet Pie Roger, Transplants, Jury Duty, Do You Love Me, No Ribs, etc. That's selections comedy from the movie or the TV show. James Bragg on San, that's Santana, so did James Bragg. Fifth Dimension Stone Soul Picnic. That's a sealed copy. $12.50. Def Jams bundle. The half off price would be $7.50, $7.50. I will say both of them for $12. Carpenters, close to you, $5 on the Carpenters. John Denver, It's About Time, $5. John Denver, I Want to Live, $5. Whose Garden Was This? $7.50. John Denver, Airy, John Denver, $7.50. John Denver, Rhymes and Reasons, $7.50. Take Me to Tomorrow, John Denver, $7.50. John Denver, Seasons of the Heart, $6.50. And Harry Chapman, Greatest Stories Live, $7.50. Jeff McMaster said send them. Sell him the Def Jams for $6 and $6. Matthew Christ wants the Carpenters. There are a bunch of John Denvers there if anybody wants them. Clay Moore, you were second on the Carpenters. Fifth Dimension Reflection, $7.50. Liza Minnelli, Live at the Olympia in Paris. This is $5. And TK Disco, that's the label. Anita Ward, Ring by Bell. That's $7.50. Steve Henry on Harry Chapman. That's sold to Steve Henry. We have, what do we have here? Ray Bryant, Con Alma. Ray Bryant, $7.50. Fresh Out of Borstal, $10. Nelson Riddle, Come Blow Your Horn, featuring Frank Sinatra, $7.50. Roseanne Cash, Emmylou Harris. Roseanne Cash, King's Record Shop. Roseanne Cash is $5. John Denver bundle. Let's see here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. That would be, most of them were $7.50. 7. I'll sell you, let me think about this. 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. $35 if you're buying all of them. $35 for John Denver. Stephanie Harder. John Miller on Roseanne Cash. John Miller on Roseanne. Where are you? What happened to you? That's sold to John Miller. Mike Post, you were second. It's a Beautiful Day. It's a Beautiful Day is $10. Stephanie said sold, so that's essentially $5 each on all the John Denver. That's sold to Stephanie Harder. Urgent, what's that say? Urgent, Cast the First Stone. Urgent is $10. Cast the First Stone. Jeff Hull said he'd give $5 for the TK Disco single. Sell that to Jeff for $5. Susie Breedlove wants It's a Beautiful Day. The Artie Cornfield Tree, A Time to Remember. Artie Cornfield is sealed, $15. David Werner is $7.50. Self-titled record. The Who Face Dances. We have Shrink Wrap. No poster with this one. Has the original inner sleeve though. $10 for The Who Face Dances. Pisces, Aquarius, Capricorn, and Jones. That's an album by the Monkees. $10. And it's in mono. No check condition notes. It's in mono. $10 for the Monkees. Mel, that's Mel Tillis, California Road. $5 for Mel Tillis. Bristol Stomp, that's the DeVales. That is $10. Bristol Stomp, the DeVales, $10 on that. Vicky said she wants All in the Family for $7. That's sold to Vicky for $7. John Porter first on the Monkees. Cranberry Sauce second. Jeff McMaster first on the DeVales. Those are all three sold. England's Heavy Blues Super Session, Sweet Pain. Sweet Pain, that is $15 after the half off. Sweet Pain. The Sensitive Sound of Dionne Warwick. Dionne Warwick is $5. We have J.J. Johnson. Yeah, J.J. Johnson Quintet. That's a Columbia 6i promo label. Columbia 6i promo label. That is $15. White label promo. Don Ellis at the Fillmore. Don Ellis is $12.50. Herb Albert and the Tijuana Brass, What Now My Love. $10 for Herb Albert. Solar Fire, Manfred Mann, $7.50. And the Everly Brothers, 12 Great Songs. It's Everly Time. That's a VG copy, $5. VG copy on that, $5. $5 for the Royals from the last crate. Let me find that. The Royals, $5 last crate. I'm glad I kept it handy like I said. That is where? That is right here. That is sold to Clay Moore for $5. James Bragg on Manfred Mann, and John Porter on the Everly Brothers. Those are both sold. Let me read through these titles one more time. If you need the price again, let me know. If you already know what it is and you're dying to make an offer, feel free to. Scott Snee on Dave Mason. Scott Snee on Dave Mason. That is still in here. That was, what, Split Coconut? That's right here, isn't it? Yep, sell that to Scott Snee. Fifth Dimension, both of them. Anita Ward, Ray Bryant, Warwick, $20. Let me get to those first. I won't forget about you, but let me do it in order here so I don't get out of place. Honey Barbera, Wavegrass, $10. We had Melanie, Carly Simon, Pressure, Charlie McLean, Yvonne Elliman, The Rascals, David Gates, Andreas Voldenweier, Toronto, Ray D. Areno, however you say his name, The Haywoods, Brian Auger, Judy Garland, Paul Cantor, Grace Slick, David Freeberg, Yoko Ono, Little Girls, Tom Robinson, Ricky Skaggs. There's one Fifth Dimension. There's the other. Fifth Dimension Reflections. There's actually 3 of them. Liza Minnelli, Ray Bryant. That was one he wanted. Ray Bryant. I'm still looking for Anita Ward and Dionne Warwick. There's Nelson Riddle with Frank Sinatra, Artie Cornfield, Urgent, David Werner, The Who, Mel Tillis, Sweet Pain. There's the Dionne Warwick. I may have skipped over the Anita Bryant. J.J. Johnson, Don Ellis, and Herb Albert. Anita would have to be back here then. I guess I didn't pull that one. Or did I? Was that one of the first ones? Anita Bryant and Ray Bryant. Let's see here. Herb Albert, Don Ellis. We have J.J. Johnson, Sweet Pain, Mel Tillis, Who, David Werner, Urgent, Artie, Nelson, Fresh, Liza, Tom. Anita was, oh, that's already sold. That's what Jeff bought. Jeff's already bought that. So Scott, Doc, here's what I have left. I have Fifth Dimensions, Love Lines, Angles. That was $7.50 after the half off. Stone Soul Picnic was sealed. That was $12.50 after the half off. Reflections was $7.50 after the half off. Ray Bryant was $7.50 after the half off, and Dionne Warwick was $5. So you said both Fifth Dimensions. There's actually 3. They're all different. One of those are sealed. So that would be 6 and 6, and 10 is 16. And this I would also do for 6, which is 22, and Dionne Warwick 22. We'll say 4, another $1 off, which is $26. So Doc, that's a total. You're still getting 5 albums, but just no Anita, and you're getting another Fifth Dimension, $26 for all those. $26 for all those. And Cranberry Sauce, Doc's offer came in first. We'll see what he says. I said 26 for Dionne, 3 Fifth Dimensions, and Ray Bryant. He said sold. All those for $26 to Doc Smith. Mike Kennedy said 7 on the J.J. Johnson Quintet. Let's go ahead and sell that to Mike Kennedy. And Boontar, I think the Gordon Lightfoot has already been spoken for. It has. It's already been spoken for. And the Last Crane, Dean Martin and Bobby V. Christmas, $7 for Vicki Allison. That's Dean Martin and Bobby V. Christmas, $7. There's Bobby V. Christmas, and Dean Martin was right back here. Sell those both to Vicki Allison for $7. Anybody else want to make an offer, buy anything? One more time. Herb Albert, Don Ellis, Sweet Pain, Mel Tillis, The Who, David Warner, Urgent, Artie Cornfield, Frank Sinatra, Nelson Riddle, Borstel, Liza Minnelli, Ricky Skaggs, Tom Robinson, Thank Heaven, Little Girls, Yoko Ono. That's Paul Cantor, Grace Slick, David Freeberg. That's called Baron von Kalbooth and the Chrome Sun, maybe. Kind of a strange title. Judy Garland from, of course, The Wizard of Oz. Brian Auger, The Haywoods, Ray D. Areno, Toronto, Andreas Voldenweider, David Gates, The Rascals, Yvonne Elliman, Charlie McLean, Pressure, Carly Simon, Melanie, and Honey Barberas. 5 for Starship. I think that would, the only one that leaves, if you're talking about this one, Wayne, I'll sell it to you, which is essentially Starship. Sell that to Wayne for $5. And that's it. So tomorrow, if you missed all the other announcements tonight, tomorrow, full new arrival show, just like tonight. We'll have new vinyl. We'll have new vintage vinyl. We'll have more auctions. We're going to do some of the doom and hardcore punk music. I have some of that. I'm going to work on stuff as soon as the sale is over. Right now, I got to start cleaning, pricing stuff, sorting stuff. I got crates behind the counter of stuff I got to work on. So that's what we're about to do. Thanks, everybody, for watching. We'll be back tomorrow at 7 o'clock. And, of course, at the very end of the show, we'll do more half off. And then we'll be live again on Saturday. But we just wiped out about an entire crate there of half off records. So thank you as always. We love doing half off. We got enough inventory turning over every day that we have stuff 1 year old and we're ready to get rid of it. So thanks, everybody. Good night, and we'll see you again tomorrow.